There is a great misunderstanding in the world today regarding the nature of wealth. Most people believe that financial freedom is a result of luck. They believe it is a result of a sudden windfall, a lottery win, or being in the right place at the exact right moment. They look at the successful man or the wealthy woman and they say, "Must be nice." They assume that the external result, the car, the house, the freedom of time, is the whole story. But they are looking at the fruit and ignoring the roots. If you want to understand financial success, you must stop looking at the harvest and start looking at the soil. You must stop looking at the bank account balance as it stands today and start looking at the habits that were formed 10 years ago. We're here to talk about a subject that makes many people uncomfortable. We're here to discuss financial discipline. This is not a lecture on how to get rich quick. Those schemes do not work, and if they do, they leave as quickly as they arrived. We're here to talk about the sturdy, unshakable foundation of a life well lived. Consider the common myth. The myth says that if you simply had more money, your problems would be solved. You say to yourself, if I just had a raise, if I just had that bonus, then I would be secure. But experience teaches us a different lesson. If you give $1 million to a person who has no discipline, that money will not make them wealthy. It will only accelerate their current habits. If they are a spender, they will spend it all with greater speed. If they are disorganized, their chaos will simply become more expensive. Money does not change your character, it reveals it. It acts as a magnifying glass. Whatever you are, money will make you more of it. So the first rule of financial discipline is to accept that the change must happen inside of you before it can happen in your bank account. You cannot have more until you become more. This is the law of personal value. The marketplace does not pay for need, it pays for value. It pays for the discipline you bring to the marketplace. It pays for the skills you have refined in the dark when no one was watching. Consider the construction of a great skyscraper. Before they can build up into the sky where everyone can see, they must dig down. They must go deep into the earth. They must hit bedrock. The higher the building is going to be, the deeper the foundation must be laid. The neighbors walk by the construction site and for months it looks like nothing is happening. In fact, it looks like a hole in the ground. It looks like a mess. But the architects know the truth. They are preparing the structure to handle the weight of success. Your financial life is the same. The discipline you practice today, the budget you stick to, the luxury you say no to, the book on investing you read instead of watching television, this is the digging. This is the invisible work. No one applauds you for saving 10% of your income. No one throws a parade because you decided not to buy the new car on credit. It is quiet work. It is lonely work. But it is the work that makes everything else possible. We must understand that success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. And financial success is attracted to the person who has mastered the art of discipline. Let us define what we mean by discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Many people hear the word and they think of a schoolmaster with a ruler. They think of restriction. They think of pain. But this is the wrong perspective. Discipline is not a cage, it is the key. Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and then follow it. It is the bridge between thought and accomplishment. Without the bridge, you are just a dreamer. You are stuck on the island of good intentions. How many times have you said, I will start saving next month? How many times have you said, I will pay off this debt when I get my tax return? And then the time comes and the discipline is missing and the promise is broken. The bridge is out. We must build that bridge, brick by brick, day by day. The first major realization you must have is that you are the CEO of your own life. You are the president of your own personal economy. It does not matter what the national economy is doing. It does not matter what the unemployment rate is, or who is in the White House, or what the stock market did yesterday. Those are the winds. You cannot control the winds, but you can control the set of your sail. Financial discipline is the act of setting your sail so that the wind, whatever direction it blows, moves you toward your destination. Most people are drifting. They have no sail. They have no rudder. They wake up, they go to work, they get paid, they pay the bills, and they spend whatever is left. They are caught in a cycle of reaction. They are reacting to advertisements. They are reacting to their neighbors' spending habits. They are reacting to their own emotional impulses. To react is to be a slave to circumstance. To be disciplined is to be the master of circumstance. You must move from reaction to intention. This is the shift. You must decide where every single dollar goes before it leaves your hand. In fact, you should decide where it goes before you even earn it. This is the power of a plan. A plan is simply a visual representation of your discipline. It is a map. If you were lost in a dense forest, would you just start walking in random directions? No, you would panic. You would walk in circles. You would eventually exhaust yourself. Yet this is how most people handle their finances. They walk in circles, paycheck to paycheck, wondering why they never reach the edge of the forest. Financial discipline hands you a compass. It says, north is this way. It might be a long walk. It might be uphill. There might be thorns and rocks on the path. But if you walk north and you keep walking north, you will eventually get out of the forest. You will eventually reach the high ground. But you must trust the compass more than you trust your feelings. Your feelings will lie to you. Your feelings will tell you that you deserve a reward today. Your feelings will tell you that everyone else is buying the new gadget, so you should too. Your feelings will tell you that saving is boring and investing is scary. If you listen to your feelings, you will be broke. Discipline is the act of listening to your intellect. It is the act of listening to your future self. Imagine your future self standing here right now. Imagine the version of you 10 years from now. That person is waiting for the results of the decisions you make today. That person will either arrive with options, with freedom, with the ability to help others, or they will arrive with regret, with debt, and with dependence. You are writing the biography of that future person right now. The pen is in your hand. Every time you exercise financial discipline, you write a sentence of victory for your future. Every time you give in to the ease of the moment, you write a sentence of struggle. Let's discuss the concept of the gap. In finance, the gap is the difference between what you earn and what you spend. It sounds simple. It is simple math, but it is difficult psychology. To create wealth, you must widen the gap. There are only two ways to do this: earn more or spend less. The disciplined individual attacks both sides of the equation. However, most people focus only on earning more. They say, I need a better job, and perhaps they get it. They get the promotion. They make an extra $1,000 a month. But what happens? Their lifestyle creeps up to meet their income. They buy a slightly better car. They eat at slightly more expensive restaurants. They move to a slightly bigger apartment. The gap does not widen, it stays the same. This is called Parkinson's law. Expenses will always rise to equal income unless you protest, unless you use discipline to hold the line. You must build a wall around your standard of living. When your income goes up, your lifestyle should stay the same, at least for a season. If you can earn like a master but live like a student, you have found the secret formula. You have created a surplus. That surplus is your seed corn. It is the potential for your future harvest. If you eat all your seed corn, you have nothing to plant, and if you plant nothing, come autumn, you will starve. The disciplined individual sees $10 and sees an employee. They see a worker that can be sent into the marketplace to earn more workers. When you spend $1, it is gone forever. You have traded your life energy for a product. But when you invest $1, you have hired it. You have given it a job. And if you are patient, that dollar will find a mate, and they will have children, and those children will work for you too. This is the miracle of compounding, but compounding requires two things: time and discipline. You cannot interrupt the process. You cannot dig up the seed every Tuesday to see if it's growing. You must have the faith to let it work. We must also talk about the enemies of discipline. The greatest enemy is comparison. We live in a world of windows. Through the screens in our pockets, we look into the lives of millions of other people. We see their vacations, we see their clothes, we see their cars, we see their smiles, and we assume they are happy. We assume they are wealthy. So we try to imitate them. We buy the same things to feel the same feelings. But you must understand this truth. You are seeing their show, not their ledger. You are seeing their spending, not their net worth. Many of the people you envy are drowning. They are living on the edge of a cliff. They are one missed paycheck away from disaster. They have traded their peace of mind for the appearance of success. Do not envy the appearance, envy the substance. True wealth is quiet. True wealth is not having to worry about the bill at the grocery store. True wealth is the ability to take a month off to care for a sick relative without asking permission. True wealth is sleeping soundly at night because you owe no man anything. This kind of wealth comes from the quiet, boring, daily application of financial discipline. It requires you to be different. You must be willing to look odd to the average person. When the crowd runs toward the cliff of consumerism, you must be the one walking the other way. They will call you cheap. They will call you rigid. They will say you don't know how to enjoy life. Let them talk. You are not building for their approval. You are building for your freedom. There will come a day of winter, when the storms of life arrive. The economy will turn. A job will be lost.
If you are older and you look at your harvest and see that the barn is empty, do not despair, but do not be deluded either. You cannot regain the time, but you can change the direction. You can start today. A late start is better than no start. You can plant in the autumn. It is riskier, the growing season is shorter, but it is possible. But you must be twice as disciplined. You must be twice as serious. You do not have the luxury of foolishness anymore. We must weigh the two pains of life. This is a scale that every human being must balance. On one side is the pain of discipline. It weighs ounces. It is the small pain of saying no to the purchase. It is the small pain of driving the older car. It is the small pain of cooking at home when you are tired. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it is light. On the other side of the scale is the pain of regret. This pain weighs tons. It is the crushing weight of looking back at a life of opportunity and realizing you squandered it. It is the heavy burden of dependence in your old age. It is the sorrow of not being able to help your children because you are struggling yourself. You must choose your pain. You cannot avoid pain. You can only choose which one you will carry. Will you carry the ounces of discipline today or the tons of regret tomorrow? The choice is yours, and you make it every time you open your wallet. Let us speak about the thief of the future, debt. Consumer debt is a shackle. When you borrow money to buy something that goes down in value, you are stealing from your future self. You are taking the labor of your tomorrow and spending it today. You are selling your freedom. When you have debt, you are not free. You are a servant to the lender. You have to go to work. You have to stay in that job you hate because the master must be paid. Financial discipline is the key that unlocks the shackles. It is the declaration of independence. When you get out of debt, the money you earn is yours. It belongs to you. You can save it, give it, invest it. You are no longer working to pay for the past. You are working to build the future. This shift in psychology is massive. It changes your posture. It changes your energy. Imagine a life where your paycheck arrives and it is all yours. No payments, no interest, just potential. That is the goal. But to get there, you must have the ferocity of a gazelle escaping a lion. You must attack your debt. You cannot treat it like a pet. You cannot keep it around. You must view it as an emergency. Use the snowball method. List your debts from smallest to largest. Ignore the interest rate for a moment. Focus on the psychology. Attack the smallest one with everything you have. Sell things. Work extra hours. Cut your budget to the bone. Pay it off. When that debt is gone, you will feel a surge of victory. You will realize, I can do this. Then take all that money and attack the next one and the next one. As you roll through them, your power grows. Your discipline hardens into steel. This is not just about math. It is about behavior modification. You are training yourself to hate debt and love freedom. You are rewriting the neural pathways in your brain that associate spending with happiness. You are learning that true happiness comes from progress, not possession. Consider the philosophy of the ant. The ancient wisdom tells us to consider the ant and be wise. The ant has no commander, no overseer, and no ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. The ant does not need a boss to tell it to work. It has internal discipline. It knows that winter is coming. It does not wait for a crisis to start saving. It saves by instinct. Most people live like the grasshopper. They play all summer, they consume everything, they laugh at the ant. "Why are you working so hard?" they ask. "It is sunny, there's plenty of food, enjoy yourself." But when the snow falls, the grasshopper is silent. The grasshopper is desperate. The ant is warm and fed. Which one are you? Are you banking on the summer lasting forever? It never does. The economic seasons change, industries change, skills become obsolete. If you are not storing up during the good times, you are making a bet that you will lose. Discipline requires you to have a vision that extends beyond the weekend. Most people cannot see past Friday night. They work for the weekend. The disciplined person works for the decade. They have a telescope, not a microscope. They see the long game. This long game involves the law of use. Whatever you do not use, you lose. If you do not use your muscles, they atrophy. If you do not use your mind, it weakens. And if you do not use your money wisely, it leaves you. Money flows to those who know how to manage it. It flees from those who do not. Have you ever noticed that lottery winners almost always go broke? Why is that? It's because they tried to handle $1 million with a $1,000 mentality. They didn't have the vessel to hold the wealth. The wealth poured in, but the vessel was cracked. It was small. The money leaked out or spilled over. You must build the vessel first. You build it with the small amounts. If you cannot manage $1,000, you cannot manage $1 million. The universe is not going to give you a heavy weight to lift until you have proven you can lift the light one. Be faithful with the little, and you will be made ruler over much. This is a universal law. So do not despise the day of small beginnings. Do not say, "It's only $5, it doesn't matter." It matters. It's a rep. It's a repetition of the habit of discipline. Every time you save $5, you are telling the marketplace, "I am ready for more." You are signaling that you are a good steward. And let's talk about stewardship. You are a manager of your resources. You do not truly own anything. You're just managing it for a period of time. When you die, it all stays here. You never see a U-Haul trailer behind a hearse. You can take nothing with you. So the question is, how well did you manage what was entrusted to you? Did you bury your talent in the ground? Did you waste it? Or did you multiply it? The disciplined person takes their resources and multiplies them. They add value to the world. They support businesses. They support charities. They create jobs. Their money is active. It is a force for good. The undisciplined person hoards or wastes. They operate from fear or greed. Neither is a virtue. Discipline walks the middle path. It saves with purpose and it spends with purpose. There's a concept called the invisible tax. It's called inflation. It's the silent killer of wealth. If you put your money under a mattress, you are losing money every single day. The value of that currency is eroding. Therefore, discipline is not just about saving, it's about learning to invest. You must become a student of value. You do not need to be a stock market wizard. You do not need to watch the ticker tape every hour. In fact, you shouldn't. But you must understand the basics. You must understand how to buy pieces of great companies or pieces of real estate that will grow over time. You must learn to make your money work harder than inflation is stealing it. This requires education, and this leads to another crucial expense: investing in yourself. The best investment you will ever make is in your own ability to earn. Your skills are your greatest asset. They cannot be taxed, they cannot be stolen. If you lose all your money tomorrow, but you still have your skills, you can make it all back. The disciplined person sets aside money for their own growth. They buy the books, they attend the seminars, they take courses. They are constantly sharpening the saw. The undisciplined person says, I can't afford the book, but they can afford the dinner out. They can afford the cable television. Ignorance is expensive. It costs you a fortune to not know. It costs you the opportunities you missed because you were not prepared. It costs you the mistakes you made because you were uninformed. Do not pay the price of ignorance. Pay the price of education. It is much cheaper in the long run. Think about the content you consume. We are what we eat physically, and we are what we consume mentally. If you feed your mind with garbage, with celebrity gossip, with negative news, with mindless entertainment, your financial life will reflect that. You will produce garbage results. But if you feed your mind with the thoughts of great men and women, with principles of success, with stories of triumph and discipline, your life will reflect that. You will begin to think like the wealthy. You will begin to see opportunities where others see problems. This is the mental aspect of financial discipline. You must guard the door of your mind. You must stand sentry. Do not let the poverty thoughts in. Do not let the victim mentality in. The victim says, the system is rigged. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. There's no use trying. This is a comforting lie. It relieves you of responsibility. If it's all rigged, you don't have to do anything. You can just complain. The disciplined person says, the system may be flawed, but I am responsible for my results. They focus on what they can control. They do not waste energy complaining about the wind. They adjust the sails. There is a level of emotional maturity required for this. You must be able to handle the truth. You must be able to look at your bank account and own it.